Hello, hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Thursday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business. Welcome. Good to see you. So I'll make this short and sweet, although I can talk about this topic forever. I have talked about this topic before, but maybe not in this context, if you would. So let's see. Taking responsibility is a big thing, huh? I mean, how often do you catch yourself or others that they're just looking to something that they can cling their reasons and everything else on? They're looking for excuses, for something to blame, for something to complain about. How often do you run into people like that? Or how often do you catch yourself, truthfully, that you do that, right? And I want to tell you, it's deeper than that. It is way deeper than that. And, this could be a very extensive live, but I'll shrink it for sure. But I think you agree with me. When you were a kid, when we were kids, when we were growing up and we were a baby, right? And we were running around the room, playing with the toys and what have you, and then you bang your toe against the table. You're like, oh, you're just crying as a baby. And your mom or your dad or your caregiver comes up and like slaps the table, right? Says, bad table, and like hugs you and holds you and kisses you and says, oh, it'll be okay, right? I don't know if anybody else has had that or not. I have. Or let's say something happens to you and they're like, oh, come here. It's not your fault. I got it. I'll clean up the mess. You don't have to worry about it. Or when, I don't know, when you're done eating, and even as a grown boy or a grown woman, you go to your parents' home or whomever, and they're like, oh, no, you don't have to clean anything. You don't have to touch anything. I got this, right? So as a kid, or even as an adolescent, or maybe even as an adult, we grow up thinking there's always going to be somebody else. There's always going to be somebody else that's going to come to save. There's going to be somebody else to blame, somebody else to complain to, somebody else to throw this stuff at, right? And leave everything else behind. So there's always going to be that somebody, right? And this is like implanted in us, and then it's cared for, nurtured for, and it's watched for, and it's made sure that it grows. Like it's made sure that like you don't lose that. Like you don't lose the whole, hey, let me find something that I can blame on, or let me find somebody who I can complain to, right? So this has been embedded in us and implanted in us, and I've talked about this before, but the seed has been in us and it's been nurtured over years. And then when we go on our own and we become adults and do our own thing, subconsciously, not thinking about it consciously, we blame other things or other people or other circumstances or anything that we can get a hold of. We really blame, right? Hey, today may be the government. Tomorrow it may be I don't know, global warming. The next day it may be the neighbor. The next day it may be something else. So constantly we're trying to look for something or someone to hang our failures, our reasonings, our excuses on, right? And like I said, this stems from childhood. But once you recognize that, hey, you know what? It's not about the bad table or bad me or bad toes. It's not about that. I just banged my toes against the table, and that just happens, and it stinks for a little bit. You get better and you move on. That's life. There's no bad table, there's no bad toes, there's no bad human being, there's no bad anything else. There's nobody and no, there's nobody and nothing that you need to blame for something that happened. It's something very, very normal. You do it as an adult, right? I did a skit on this that you bang your toes against the table, but you bang your toes against the table. There's no such thing as a bad table, bad toes, bad human. It's just something that happened, and you deal with it. You deal with the pain. It stings a little bit, and next time you remember that pain. You're more careful about it. Hopefully, if not, you already know it's gonna sting. There's no bad table. You spill the milk, they say bad you, bad this, bad that. There's no such thing. It's just something that happened. Hey, Nuna June, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you. Hopefully you circle back, watch the replay. I'm about to wrap this up. But, so yeah, it's no bad person, bad behavior, bad milk, bad this. It's something that happened. Clean it up. You learn from it. You're like, if that happens again, I got to clean it up. I got to take the blame. I got to take the responsibility. And taking the responsibility is the first thing, because that's like the first time you stand up against your childhood. Ooh, that's good. I like that. I like that myself. It's the first time you stand up to your childhood by stop blaming other stuff or looking for things to, hang your blame, hang your excuse on. So that's the first time I feel like that's the first time you would stand up to your childhood and say, you know what? There's no such thing as bad table, bad toes, bad human. Just something happened. I deal with it. Now I know next time, boom, boom, boom. Right? So I'm asking you, and I've asked, and you know about this. I've talked about this. I do my best to catch myself. That's one thing I've been really working on, because it's not that I'm a work in progress, and I know the areas that I need to improve on, and some areas I don't even know I need to improve, and they just show up, right? But I like catching myself. Oh, you know what? I gotta, right? So I'm asking you to do the same thing. I'm asking you to catch yourself when you start to think, oh, where is a good place? What would be, or who would be, that I can hang this excuse on or hang this blame on. Catch yourself right there and right then, and take the responsibility yourself. Remember that point, that it's like there's no such thing as me hang this blame coat on this person or this excuse coat on this guy, right? It just, you got to take the responsibility, and it's not even about the blame. It's taking the responsibility. When you take on a responsibility in let's say, in a failure situation, the only thing you can do is improve. Because when you take on responsibility, you accept the fact that you're gonna what? You're gonna learn from it. You're gonna grow from it. And that's the fact, right? So when you take on responsibility, usually growth comes out of that. So don't be hesitant about taking responsibility. Samir, how are you? Welcome. Namaste. So you know what I mean. So with that, before I before I end, I want to tell you this. I've been working on this project for a little bit. I've been given this project. I don't know if I talked about this or not, but as a friend of mine, Dr. Neda and I, she's on my team actually, and also she works. She's asked me to kind of put her show together, organize it, and kind of take charge of the show. And tonight was the first time that we aired the first episode. I've posted the teasers on my wall. Go check it out. In the White Seat with Dr. Neda. That is the YouTube channel and the hashtag, so you can use that. But it's pretty neat. It's a really neat show. She brings on guys, interviews men who are making it like a difference in their community, and and she had interviewed me as well, and my interview is going to show as well. But what I'm about to tell you is the reason why I shared you that is this. So today was the first day that we aired the first episode, and it aired at 6 o'clock California time. So check out the YouTube channel; it's there. Really interesting interview. We aired Jonathan Nazanin. Who's a former pastor. He's a father, of two. He's a Christian counselor. He's a kickboxing instructor. He's the real deal. So go check out the interview. But the reason why I tell you this is this. So this was my first time ever doing something like this, and I've never done anything like this, like to put a show together, put advertising, and I kind of basically produced the show and put all this together. So the reason why I'm telling you this is the reason why. I know a bunch of you, I know a whole lot of you have sent me messages and texts. I haven't responded to maybe 90%. I know, I'm sorry. I am sorry. So if you're one of them who have sent me a message, a text, a voice, anything, and I haven't responded, now you know why, because I was working on this project all week, all day today. We had to get it out today. Again, it was my first time, so I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So if I haven't gotten back to you, not that I'm gonna get back to you tonight, it's late. By the time I upload this, and well, you know the routine. So tomorrow I will get back to everybody. I promise. I appreciate you guys. I apologize if I haven't gotten back to you. Again, we're really busy. So check out this show, In the White Seat with Dr. Neda. And I ask you to subscribe to the channel. Support. I would really appreciate that, and give me some love. Thank you. And yeah, let me know how I did. I don't know how we did. So we put something together and put it together. Hopefully I did a good job. So with that, hopefully you guys get some love, some inspiration, some value from this. I appreciate you guys. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your feedback below. Let this feed grow. And if you feel like this was worthy of sharing, do what you got to do. Spread the love, tag a couple people, share it, and you know. And with that, I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business. Signing off until tomorrow, when we do it all over again. Much love.